Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. This is andthatisTrice, and of course I am Trice. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by and checking me out and seeing what we got going. And if you are one of my returning queens and one of my returning Trice tribers, thank you so much for stopping back by. I see you, girl. I see you. So today I come to you barefaced because I am doing an eyebrow tutorial. With Brow Evolution comes different brow products that you switch up, and just different methods of doing them, which I love because there is a brow for everybody. But if you're one of those people that prefer them a little bit more fluffy and natural, then this is the tutorial for you. So I actually just bought this e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. It's super slim. This is what the tip looks like. It comes with a spoolie. So I love brow pencils that come with spoolies or brushes on the other end. It's just so convenient. Now, I'm not new to using a pencil. I normally use the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in the color medium brown. And this is my go-to, but as you can see, Lil Shawty is no longer in commission. She's clocked out. She's turned in for the night. So I purchased this for $5 at Target. It is also on the e.l.f. website if you wanted to purchase it there for the same price. And it comes in a couple of different shades. I know this one is Brunette. This was the only one they had, to be honest. So this is the one I picked up. So we're gonna hope it works, but I think it will. So for me, the first step to fluffy brows is wiping off any excess oil, okay? If you are oily like me, super oily skin, especially in the T-zone area, you become a grease monkey by the end of the day. And it's nothing you've done. You've done everything right. It's not you, it's them. And you just gotta wipe all that oil off because it does affect the way that your eyebrows look. I've missed doing this step a couple of times, and I can see the shine above, or actually in my eyebrow. It changes the way the product glides. Then the next step I do is I take some translucent powder or my banana powder, depending on what I just have handy at the time. This is the Airspun Loose Face Powder in Translucent Extra Coverage. This is not a newbie. It's been around for a while, and I just always kind of have some chilling in the cap. And I take a fluffy brush. So this is the brush I'm gonna end up blending out my concealer with. I dip it into the powder, and then I actually go on top of my brow. So this helps define the brow hairs, for one. So if you don't have very prominent brow hairs and they kind of get lost in the sauce, especially when you have oily skin, this kind of makes them come out, if you can notice the difference. They kind of chilling over here, but now they kind of like, girl, hello. And it also absorbs any extra oil that we may have missed or couldn't get to with the paper towel. And this is where the pencil comes into play. So we're just going to take the spoolie end. When you're trying to do like a fluffier, more natural looking brow, you need to brush your hairs out of place. One, if you don't have your eyebrows done, this will help you kind of fill them in the best way you can, and then see the hairs that lie underneath so you can pluck those up. But if you don't brush them up, you're not going to be able to see them like you need to. Then that kind of gives you a guideline for how the hairs should flow, and it lets you see what's sparse and what's not. I personally like to outline first and then do hair strokes. So the key to natural fluffy brows is to use a light hand. So my hand is not pressuring the pencil too hard. I'm just outlining my brow. And my brows kind of get a little bushy on their own, so it's okay if they're not super, super slim, because that may just be how your natural brow is. So I've kind of outlined it, and then I do the top. Okay, so it looks a little crazy, but as you can see, I've outlined. And this is actually a little lighter than my natural hair shade, but it's okay because we have a little fix for that later. And notice how I'm holding the pencil. I'm holding it lightly at the end so that I have feather light control. I'm not gripping it and putting too much pressure on the pencil. One, where it'll break, and two, where it'll just get out of control trying to like outline my brow. So now this is when we start to create the feather light hair strokes, and that's what kind of gives you the fluffiness of the brow. So holding it the same way, I'm just flicking it really, really lightly all through the brow. And really any space that's just missing is where I'm doing it, because we already have, for me personally, enough hairs in different spots. But in the spots that there aren't any, you know, it kind of fills in what's missing. And then you brush as you go as well, because that's going to help you see, okay, what's still missing and what needs to be filled in. So that's kind of what it's looking like as of now. Just for my purposes, you can totally stop right here if this is your shade and you're good to go as far as filling them in is concerned. But for me, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara in the color Browny Browns, O2 Browny Browns, and I get this at Ulta. It's like $2.99. I need a little bit more darkness for me personally, especially because my hair is so dark. So we're still gonna keep it fluffy and nice, but we're just going to run this through the brow to give it a little bit more darkness before we do concealer. So I'm just taking it, and see, I'm barely holding it at the end, and that's how you keep the fluffiness intact and you don't overdo it and make it too dark. Just spoolie to keep everything lifted. The key to this is pressure and the lift of the hairs. That's all it is. And now the final step is to conceal. So I don't do that halo concealer over my eyebrows, especially when I'm going for the fluffy look. And if you were wanting to keep it a little bit more natural in a sense, I would take a concealer that is your shade, even maybe your foundation shade. So I'm going to use the Ruby Kisses Pure Mineral Concealer in Golden Honey. Any angled brush will do. This one's a little stiff, which is great. And I just take the applicator so I don't get carried away. And then I just dip the angled brush into the applicator. And then I start carving out my brow. So now I just take this fluffy brush, mine's kind of dirty, don't mind it, and I'm going to blend out the concealer. And this is just helping to make sure that there aren't any harsh lines under the brow, because we don't want that. And a fluffy brush will make it kind of airbrushed and seamless under there. And there was also a little bit of translucent powder left on this brush from when we brushed through our brows. So it kind of helps set the concealer at the same time. So 2-in-1 trick. Now at this point you can see exactly if you have any extra hairs left. Go ahead and get them bad boys out. Ouch. And then my tail is looking a little slacky. So I'm just gonna take the pencil. This is when it comes in great because you can just, bam. Now I don't like mine this long. So what I'm gonna do is I always brush out the front, and then I take my finger and I get off any that kind of naturally comes off because my eyebrows aren't naturally that long. And then I just brush. I don't know what kind of sociopaths do the rest of their makeup without setting the tone with their eyebrows, but I'm not one of them. So I'm gonna do my entire face and then I'm gonna come back and we'll wrap this thing up so you can see kind of how it looks with a full face and makeup on. All right, y'all, we are back. Did a little looky look. I never mean to do this much when I'm just doing like brows or something, but here we are. Overall, I really love this. I think I'm gonna try a darker color, but this is a win. And I love the way that it glides on the brow and how you can take it from as light as you want to as intense as you see fit. I love that kind of control with a brow product, because sometimes pomades and other things can get extra out of control. So that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, these are lip brows. I think they're gorgeous. I love doing my brows like this. I can't go back after seeing how fluffy and just luxurious and luscious they look. As always, I thank you guys so much once again for checking me out and watching my channel. Make sure you give this video a huge big thumbs up if it helped you out, if you did enjoy it, if you enjoyed me. And make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, girl. Become a part of the tribe. You're already here, you're gonna be back. Look, I'm not finna chase you down. I will have a link down below to the e.l.f. website where you can purchase the brow pencil if you choose to do so. And yeah, I think that's it. Anything else I forgot, I'll have it down there too. But that's it. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.